evening. And I'm Robert Wawa. I'm not. We just joked about me doing that during the green room, and I went with it because I hate having to intro this show. But I love this show. It's Blackness and Dragons. We are a 5e Dungeons and Dragons actual play stream. I am the Dungeon Master. My name is A. Jordan Lambert. You can find me on the internet at Lambertra. I'll be hanging out with y'all in chat. Somebody else, introduce yourself.
I'm Moses. And in game, I'll be playing Tyrese Goody. On the weekends, I like to hang out and smoke and chill. You know who also likes to do that? DK.
I'm DK, and that is indeed one of my favorite pastimes. When I'm not doing that and I'm doing things that are constructive, like playing D&D with my friends, I am Belgoria Dumal, at least in this case, and I'm a big, sassy angel with sick armor. You know who else is a big, sassy angel with sick armor? Jeff?
Yeah, correct. That is how I prefer to be described. People like to describe me as an accountant or a magician. And then they follow me on Twitter expecting such. But on Twitter, you will just see me being sassy, being an angel, and being clad in armor. I say words. Speaking of words, Jordan, you got some?
I do have some. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for being patient and gracious with us last week when we had to take our emergency week off. One of our cast members is dealing with some family issues, and we wanted to give them some space to do that. They are still not with us this week, but we send all of our love and support and good energy their way. And if you want to help them, we will be dropping a link below. Also, other things we got going on this week that need links. Blackness and Dragons is now a podcast. That's right. You heard that correct. We are a podcast currently available on everything but Apple Podcasts. When we get 2 more episodes in the can, then we'll also be on Apple Podcasts. So for whatever reason, you can't join us live, or you'll want to listen to it, or whatever happens, you got friends who don't want to watch video but love podcasts. Now they can listen to Blackness and Dragons from season 4 forward. Also, go to QueueTimes Twitter because we're giving away dice on our Twitter, right? It's dice. I said dice, so it is now. Sorry, Jake. Maybe I ruined your giveaway and it was pizza, not dice, because now it's dice. So go to QueueTimes Twitter to win some dice. I also, lastly, want to shout out the Elverrealm podcast because I love them. They're great fans of the show. I was on there recently. I'd like to have some of their people come and hang out here. We just love Black people pretending to be wizards, and we love doing it together. So way to go for Everrealm. God damn it. I have to do a whole show tonight. My mouth has already given up on me. We start every episode with a Black History quote. When I remember, this week it's not my turn to remember because Jeff has said that he has one. Take it away, Jeff.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I think this quote is something that unites all of us. So let me begin. Oh man, Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family.
Knock
in this
it off!
time of my life. In what?
I knew it! I said earlier that my quote was going to be fuck around and find out. And here I am. I fucked around and I found out.
I didn't even get that far!
Because I know where you were going!
Man, I thought I was at least going to be able to get to I'm being called on in my life to love people, to protect people, and to be a river to my people.
Absolutely not.
Didn't even have to thank D.
One of my favorite things is that anytime Jeff or Moses ask for anything, there's a moment where both Jordan and Jake off screen kind of just assess the situation and are like, yes? Yes, probably fine.
Yes?
And
Maybe.
I
It
don't
might be
think
okay.
I don't think anyone's ever underdelivered. I have to give a standing ovation to Jeff for that one. It took bravery and guts and courage.
Well played.
You know what? I feel like I took 1d4 of psychic damage in my real life.
Accurate.
DK, you took the loveliest notes last session. Would you like to recap what happened for those people who could not be with us?
Sure. We visited the nation of Matrican, which is the world that this season is taking place in, and we learned about the royalty there. The king who sired too many heirs was Nickelodeon Canadocious, and he had 3 elf heirs, 7 dwarf heirs, and 9 human heirs. His first wife, Mariah Shmeri, was awful and stole the throne for her son, Mordred the Misfit, cursed Nick and all of his children. As time went by, people forgot all about this curse and were like, nah, everything's all good. King Mordred is the king of our time, and he sucks. He's cruel. He's unjust. We all hate him. And we were dealing with our individual hatred of the king when we got a message from a mouse telling us to go talk to a rabbit man. And the rabbit man was a friend of ours and a court scribe who had been at the castle for a very long time, who called upon us to aid the kingdom of Matrican at potentially great danger to ourselves. We then fought some dogs. He gave us a very cool prophecy about the great stars in the sky and our races and our heirs. Henry gave us some sick items and defended our position so that we could escape, and hopefully has not been eaten by dogs. And that was last time.
Correct. Yep, that was last time. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. So that was last time. You all agreed to go on Henry's quest to find out more, to recover the lost scrolls, to find out more about Matrican's history, and hopefully be able to stop Mordred somehow with this information that you may get when you visit the Great Library. And you also agreed to not embezzle anything, which I feel like is important and may come back around later. To Jeff's character's great despair, no embezzlement will happen. So you are all gathering up to travel to the Great Library. You've made it a safe distance away from Henry's hut. And as you are beginning what is a 2 to 3 day journey, I believe I said last time, you hear something behind you on the road, and it doesn't sound dangerous, but it does sound very odd. It's kind of like footfalls, but the smallest footfalls you've ever heard in your life. Like, for every step that you take, this creature must be taking 19 little tiny steps. And you hear a voice say, wait for me, wait. And you all turn around, and Kiki's character would know this. You guys may not know his name, but it is little tiny Despero, and he's brandishing his rapier. And he says, I left the message with Miss Rayla, and then I thought there was danger, so I came to help you, and Henry sent me after you. And you all look at little Despero, and he says, Miss Rayla, if you can come back, I think we might need you to do some magic against Mordred and help them. And Rayla agrees to this, and her and Despero take off in the opposite direction. And that's where we're going to leave that for now, for the moment. Rayla's off on a side quest with Despero, trying to stop Mordred from catching up with you guys. The 3 of you continue to the Great Libraries, and y'all know how in old D&D, whenever you were going from one place to another, you would have to roll on the encounter table to see what happens?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
15. DK. DK is a D&D lore nerd the way that I am, and that was a rule in previous iterations that if you were going to go on a journey, you'd have to roll on the encounter table. And because I said that we are playing serious D&D this season, guess what you guys have to do tonight? So this particular encounter table that I am using requires a D100 roll. And there are a couple of ways that I feel like we can do this. We can either... Don actually said that it's actually still in 5e, which it is. I think everybody just ignores it, which, like, of course we all do. But it's still in 5e. You should be rolling on the encounter table like anytime you go anywhere, which is it's a dumb rule. But we're doing it tonight because I wanna. Do you guys want to nominate one person to roll a D100, or would you all prefer to roll a D20 and then we can add them together?
I vote Morgause rolls D20, 100.
How did I know it was going to end up that way? I knew that somebody was going to volunteer DK to roll D100. Also, I love how we've had a year of calling each other old character names and none of us have broken that habit yet.
Nope.
She's Belgoria this time around.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not
That
Moses.
was I got a 100.
Nice.
Whoa! Oh, damn. All right, I'm scrolling. Let's see.
Watch it be a dragon.
No,
Blast.
I hate this so much. So you guys are going to the Great Libraries, you're traveling, and you come to a village, and it is very rowdy. It seems like they have been very protected from Mordred and his craziness. And you're walking through this village, and they seem to be celebrating some sort of fertility festival. And everything's very loud. There's a lot of music. There's confetti. They got medieval balloons. They got all kinds of stuff. They're having the best time ever. And a door to one of the bars opens, and you see a sign over the bar, and it's called Bacchanalian Revelry. And you look into the door, and you see that some folks in the bar have on clothes, some of them do not, and they invite you in for drinks.
I'm in.
The D100, that D100 roll literally says a group of Bacchanalian revelers welcome the party in for drinking. In parentheses, clothes optional.
Belgoria is going to stomp her big ass directly into this Bacchanalian bar.
All right, guys, tell me what happens at what Kevin is calling the Elven Rave, which I love that name.
I am going to use my Azamar Constitution and get myself a very big drink and drink it extremely fast, because I know that my body will probably level out eventually, and I hopefully won't have to fly anywhere later.
It looks just like that scene in Lord of the Rings. Not Lord of the Rings, which it's the second one, I think. Yeah, it's the Two Towers, where they're like having the drinking contest. It goes down just like that. Yeah.
I would also like to arm wrestle someone, ideally somebody who is still wearing clothes.
All right, well, we'll get there. Put that on ice for a second. What do you do, Z?
I sit in a corner and watch.
You sit in a corner and watch, and a very drunk halfling woman with no top on walks over to you and is like, "You're not gonna join us?" And then she hiccups and like falls over.
And then I check to see if anybody's looking, and then I just if she's passed out, I just set her up so that she's comfortable and won't choke on her vomit.
One good deed for the day. Z is doing it.
Done. I also steal her purse if she has one.
Well, I mean, service is rendered.
Roll a d20.
Okay. That is an 8, but a 9 for sleight of hand.
All right, with a 9, you do steal her purse. There's like 1 silver in there, and a crow bone, like a little bone from a crow. It's a weird lady.
Love crow bones. I give the crow bone to one of my snakes.
The snake says, "Thank you, sir," and takes it. So there's back into your outfit. Tyrese?
I imagine I really want to dance, but I don't really like people anymore. But I ease myself onto the dance floor, and I imagine very reluctantly, and I'm towering over everybody since I am so huge. And then I get into it, and I do a invoke duplicity, so that way I can live my best life twice.
Give me a d20. Give me a performance roll, actually. Not just a random d20. Give me your performance on this.
Regretful. But hey, I got a natural 20, so 18.
On an 18, you start out a little bit awkward, and then the beat picks up, and you really start getting into it, and like you've got everybody going in an electric slide within like 15 minutes. A bunch of naked people are doing an electric slide.
Nope.
Incredible.
Enjoying it. Can we burst into Cuban Pete afterwards?
Yeah, then you do a Cuban Pete too. A couple of people come over to pet the giant cat. I'm assuming you kindly asked them to refrain from doing that.
It's cool. I'm I'm loosey goosey now.
All right. DK, give me you want to beat somebody in arm wrestling, right?
Yes, I would like to arm wrestle a not naked person.
All right, let's do a strength check.
Preferably.
How do what am I doing?
very.
Okay. New computer. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Is it straight strength? Just a stat for it?
Yeah, just straight up strength. Yep.
That's a hot 7.
Shut up. Roll again.
That's a solid 7 is what that was.
Roll again.
That's a nat 1, Jordan. So apparently whoever I'm arm wrestling is going to fold me up like a pretzel.
So you see a strong man come through. He's still got clothes on. He sees you down that drink like it's nothing and is like, you seem like a worthy competitor. And you look around and you talk to some other people, and it turns out he's been arm wrestling people all night rather than doing some of the other Bacchanalian activities. Yes?
If I'm after this man folds me into a pretzel, just folds me like a lawn chair, I would like to inform him that I'm actually left-handed and go again.
All right. So this man's been arm wrestling people all night. He sees you down that drink and he's like, no one at this bar can best me. You seem like a worthy opponent. So you guys sit down, you start doing the thing. And at first it's just a straight up tie. Nobody's going anywhere. Like you both feel each other's strength. That's because my first roll was also a 7. That's why I made you roll again. And you take a breath to try and gather more strength. And during that breath is your weak moment. And he just folds you like a cheap chair. And he says, is there no worthy opponent in this bar? And that is when you inform this gentleman that you are actually left-handed. And let's go again.
I'm going to roll a physical dice for this. I do not trust you, D&D Beyond. That's better. That's a 16.
That was an 8. So this time you go with your left hand. He is high on the hog, thinking he's great. He rolls, or not rolls. Why did I say that? Because I'm rolling dice. You guys sit there. You do the damn thing. You start the arm wrestling. It seems like it's going to be even, and you just crumple him very quickly.
I can sleep tonight now.
Nice.
And when you say that you can sleep tonight, you do all remember that you are there for a purpose. So you go up and you ask the bar wench if there is bedding available, maybe not here, but anywhere in this village. And she tells you all that there is reasonable bedding. It costs 1 silver and 1 crowbone. And
I, just so you know, have polymorphed into a duck. So I fly up, and then my snake drops the crowbone into the bar, and then I drop a silver for my wing.
Z, is that you?
The snake says, yes, it's me. I'm a duck. I was trying to get some duck pussy or something. I don't know. I'm feeling crazy today.
Cool. It's cool. Cool. Is that enough?
And the lady behind the bar is not fazed by any of this because it's the Bacchanalian revelry. And she just says, yeah, man, ducks aren't tonight, but usually every other Thursday we got a hot special going, so maybe come back then. Otherwise, your room's going to be the first one upstairs on the left and gives you a key. And she kind of looks for you in a second and says, can I ask why you're in town?
No, and I'm going to walk upstairs.
I follow.
Yeah, me too. Just gonna.
All right.
We're very rude.
Yeah, that's it. You guys go upstairs. The party's still going on downstairs. This is the kind of place where the party never ends. And yeah, that's your visit to the Bacchanalian revelry. You wake up, you go to sleep, you have a great long rest. I don't think anybody lost any hit points or anything, so you don't necessarily need that long rest, but go ahead and take it. And when you awake in the morning, there's still noise from downstairs, but it's definitely not the same like Monster Jam party that was happening the night before. Anybody want to do anything before you go downstairs and hit the road again?
Is that lady still down there? The one that gave us a room?
Yeah, this is her place for sure.
I'm gonna go down and talk to her.
Oh, good morning, friend. What's up?
Apologies for being a little rude yesterday. We were just quite tired. I was hoping maybe you can point us in the right direction. Where
do you go?
You see, we're looking for. Actually, you mind giving me a second? I'm gonna try to gather the group together. Now I know we told them we're not gonna tell anybody anything, but like, what are we gonna say? So we got this lie together between us.
Well, we could tell them that we're envoys from the king, just out patrolling the borders.
Envoys for the king usually have valuable property that's ripe for the stealing, so if we want to attract unwanted attention, we can go ahead and do that, but perhaps something a little less vulnerable?
Then please, Z, what is your suggestion?
Oh, I don't have one. I just like pointing out.
I didn't think so.
Cool.
Lightning bolt.
What if we dial it back? Why don't we say that we were just like out and about looking for, what was that town's name again? What was the town that we got to go to?
That is the one thing I didn't write down in the notes. Just that we're going to the library.
Because I didn't have the map open last week because my computer was on the fritz and I was like, I can't open all these things at once. So I just kept saying it was the Great Library. Let me actually open the map now that I have a new computer that isn't broken. We're going to say that if we reference the map that I've posted on Twitter and in our Discord, it was another gift from Wingless Comics. Thank you so much, Wingless, for supporting us and this season. If Henry's hut was on the edge of Matricon and Rogagarda, then I will say that the library is deep in the kingdom, like in the middle of the kingdom of Riverwood.
And we would know exactly where it's at, I assume, right?
Henry would have told you that you guys are looking for the Great Library within Riverwood. You may not know exactly where that place is, but you know that you're going from like right on the border of Matricon and Rogagarda to Riverwood. I just really like saying Rogagarda. Sorry, guys. I'm going to stop doing that.
Fair.
Yeah, that's good. Own it. Tyrese. Oh, why don't we just say like, I don't know, we just some kind of like photographers or some kind of artists, and we're just out and about looking for some of the vistas out in say Riverwood. That sound doable for everybody?
I can work with that, Tyrese.
Artist Z. I need a verbal yes.
Snake says yes.
And that will do. I'm gonna mosey back on over to the barkeep.
And when you mosey back over, she's got 3 coffees and 3 Scotch eggs laid out for you. And before you can talk, she says, I don't know about y'all, but usually a night at the Bacchanalian revelry, shit, that's so early I can't even talk yet. Leaves me needing some coffee and some breakfast. So, you know, if you'd like, I'll charge it to the room. You already gave me the silver and the crowbone.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you.
That is awfully kind of you. Thank you.
I taste the coffee. Is it good coffee?
Everybody roll Constitution.
Oh no, I should have asked.
Do I even eat
7.
food?
9.
Huh?
Do I even eat food?
Tieflings eat.
Oh no,
Tieflings eat.
I'm a fallen Asmar.
Oh,
I don't think I eat food or sleep.
We're making
Someone please.
We're playing a pretend game.
Okay, fair.
So it's up to you.
Fair.
Maybe it's one of those situations where you can taste the food, but it doesn't really do anything for your body because you don't need it.
Yep. I'll drink the coffee just to be part of the team.
All right, cool. What did everybody get on their Constitution rolls?
7.
I got a 9.
15.
So Belgoria, you think that the coffee is absolutely delicious, and that's because you don't eat a lot of food as a fallen Azamar. Tyrese and Z, who eat all the time and who also grew up in the palace, know that this is probably the bitterest, worst coffee they have ever had in their life. The shit's burnt. It tastes like she might have just run water through the same grounds twice. Like, it's not good coffee.
So it's Starbucks
The Scotch
coffee?
egg is decent, though.
Yeah, okay. Anywho, thanks for the coffee. Is there a certain pathway that we should find? We're on our way to sketch some vistas out in the Riverwood area.
Yeah, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go outside back to that main road, take a left, make a right. You're gonna see that small tree, and when you see that, it's really small. You'll notice it because it's gonna be way smaller than the other trees. Then you're gonna go straight for about not even a quarter of a day. Then make another left, and then you should be right at the old palaces of Riverwood. And there's some old palaces there. There's another restaurant. My cousin Morty runs the inn, and then there's a library or some shit with a lot of scrolls in it.
Okay, left, small ass tree. Half a day. Left. Marty's is your cousin. I got it. Okay. I'm not gonna finish that. You can take that back if you want. I think I'll head out. And I'm gonna stand by the door and wait for the rest of the group to finish their coffee.
I shove the egg into my mouth and I just head off. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna drink the rest of Tyrese's coffee and then leave. It's the best coffee I've ever had, so.
Yeah. And you guys take off. And that was our random encounter. And Navarre just said that's what you get for playing real D&D. Yes, this is exactly what I get for playing real D&D, because I definitely thought that this random table was going to lead us to combat or something else, and it turned into just a random ass party bar, the Elven Rave.
Honestly, super on brand.
Right, super on brand for this show. All right, so you guys you're traveling. You do exactly what she said. You make the left, and the left, the right, the small ass tree. Half a day, another left. You go past the inn, and you see it's called Morty's Inn, and an old man is just sitting outside, like whittling in a rocking chair. Do you wave at him? Yeah. You all wave at Morty, and he has no clue who you guys are, but he waves back. And then amongst the old palaces and the vistas and the views, you do see what seems to be an old library.
Oh, that's really old. Well,
Oh.
Nope.
No, it's pretty old. I seem distracted. Like I'm like looking around and kind of like acknowledging what's happening. Jordan, are there any animals nearby?
I don't know what you want to do with these animals, so I'm gonna say let's both just roll a d20
Evil
against each other and see what happens.
Okay.
I keep
wow.
rolling the sheet. My you guys.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled an 11. So I will say that there is a family of squirrels, but I will preface this by saying they're the cutest fucking squirrels you've ever seen in your life. You've never seen a cuter fucking squirrel. They're adorable. They should like be little squirrel models.
So I send a snake up the tree to where the squirrels are, and I try to communicate with them.
And the squirrels squeaker, squeaker, squeak, 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 squeak. It's not happy because snakes, I feel like, are predators to squirrels. Squirrels are rodents.
Hiss or hiss. I don't mean any harm. Hiss. We're just traveling through. Hiss.
And so the squirrel can make out what you're saying. You have speak to animals on your sheet, right? Talk to animals. Yeah. All right. So cool. So the rest of this is going to play out in English now because it's going to be like a Disney movie where dude. Can we sidebar for a second? And can I tell you that in Disney movies, I always just assumed that whoever it was always speaking English, like whether it was dogs or Pocahontas or whatever. I was like a full adult when I realized, like, oh no, the dogs are barking. We're just hearing it in English because it's a film convention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I felt real dumb when I figured that out. Anyway,
How old were you when you found that out? Today, years old?
I was like, no, I was like in college when I figured that out. Like I was watching Pocahontas and I was like, wait a second. They're not supposed to be speaking English when it's only natives around. We're just hearing it in English. This is okay, cool. Squirrels. The snake is talking to the squirrel. You don't mean any harm. And the squirrel is like, all right, but what do you want though?
So you've been here for a while. Anything dangerous or worrisome that we should be aware of?
Not outside. This is just kind of like an old town. Not that many people are here. There's like Morty and some other weird people. But like Morty feeds us, so he's cool. Like, what do you mean weird? Like, should the snake be weird? Or like, should them three weirdos be weird? Like, that's a big ass cat. Never seen a cat that big. Holy shit.
That's squirrel really looking at me?
And I say through my mouth, yes. And then I go back. So I believe there's like a library or something here. Also, I will make this worth your while. Tell me who you want me to kill, and I will kill them.
The squirrels all kind of like get like just like really shocked and like kind of, you know, do like one of these, like that James Franco gif.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they do that at the snake, and they look around and they're like, all right, look, so that the thing that you call a library is probably that building with the old ass scrolls. There's some weird shit in that building, man. Like, I don't know. The people go in there and then they be reading those pages and they come out real fucking weird. So, like, maybe be careful about that. But you have a giant ass cat. So, like, y'all should be okay. Speaking of people that we want to kill, it's not a person. But there is a really mean dog over there. I don't want him dead, but just, like, let him know that this is our hood.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Thank you. And snake slows down. We have to find a dog.
Oh. What kind of dog?
I don't know. It's, these squirrels a favor. Anyway, we should be careful at the library, and then I convey what the squirrels say.
All right. Well, what did they say about me? They were eyeballing me for a little while.
They said that they really admire your fur, and they're wondering what your hair care routine is.
Oh. Thank you. Dog or scroll first? Which one?
I guess dog, right?
Yeah, let's check that off. Get that out of the way.
All right. So you guys start walking through the remnants of this small ancient town. Can everybody roll investigation? And while you guys are doing that, I will verbally, because typing sometimes is very hard as I do this, say hi to my friend DigiShell, who's been a great friend of mine for the past 10 plus years, who just tuned in this evening because they had the time. Thank you, DigiShell. Love seeing you in chat. What everybody get?
14.
13.
I'm proficient, and with my proficiency bonus, I got a 9.
It was a group like DC of 10. As long as 2 of you got over 10, I was going to count it. So
Thanks, guys.
you walk around and you walk past one of these abandoned large homes, and you hear barking from the inside, just echoing off of the walls, because this home it's a long abandoned manor, and you hear a lot of barking coming from the inside.
Do we
Be
have
right back.
Oh.
Did you?
No.
No, if you have a question.
All right.
No.
Have at it, friend.
All right. This shouldn't take long. And I like venture closer to the barking.
Go ahead and I'm actually not going to make you roll for this. You go ahead and you open the door. It's old. Like, nobody has lived in this manor for a long time. And you see, gosh, I don't want to like malign any breeds of dogs right now. You see an old greyhound running around this manor, just barking his face off.
Hey.
Burr? Burr? He does that confused things. He stops running around and does the dog thing. Burr?
Are you the dog that's been messing with squirrels?
What do you know about that?
Do you think it's fun to pick on something smaller than you?
I don't. What?
And then I like do that like thing that like adults sometimes do when they like squat down to like talk to a child. And I look it in the eyes and I say, "Do not mess with the squirrels, or I will find you." And then I cast infestation, and like fleas and worms start like coming out of the ground. I'm trying to just intimidate it. I'm not going to hurt it. I'm not going to hurt the dog. Just intimidating it.
Because you're using infestation is a cantrip, not a spell, right?
Correct.
All right, so you're not going to have to use a spell slot for it. Since you're using your cantrip, though, I will have you roll intimidation.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't count. +8.
Huh?
You have a +8 to intimidation. What the fuck? All right, I mean, go ahead and roll it anyway. We're already here.
So that is a 13.
With your +8?
Yeah, I'm rolling real low today.
Big same, bud. Big same.
Sometimes it happens. Mm-hmm. It happens to all of us. Sometimes it be like that. With a 13, because I set the DC at 12. I forget sometimes that you guys' characters are so high. I need to work on that. Since I set it at 12, you rolled a 13. The dog is just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Where all these bugs come from? Did you do that?
I shrug and then I just walk away. And then like a snake that's following me turns around and goes, "Don't mess with the squirrels!" And then like just slithers.
All right. I won't mess with the squirrels.
I'm like, "Thanks, guys. Ready to go."
That was surprisingly quick. Well done. Whatever you did.
Yeah.
Business.
I don't need to know. All right, we'll check that off. I don't have actual paper, but I just. All right, and library. And then I don't know about you guys, but we can get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody gonna comment on the not real paper, or are we just gonna let that slide as a group?
He's a big cat. It seems like that'd be a thing that he did.
Makes sense.
All right, cool. So you guys proceed to the Great Old Library of Riverwood, and you open the door. It is very much what you would expect a great old library to be. It's in the middle of this old town with all these old manors. It's huge. It's got beautiful architecture, big, lovely windows, French doors at the front. There are columns. There are books and scrolls everywhere. And just like the libraries that we're used to, there is an information desk in the middle. And there is an old human man. I have to be specific since I've introduced all these weird animal creatures and other, races, because we're playing real D&D now. There's an old human man in the center at the information desk wearing an old cloak. He looks like the wizard in the Fantasia short with Mickey Mouse, you know, the Sorcerer's Apprentice. That's what he looks like. Greetings, fellow scholars. How may I help you today?
Eh,
I was hoping that you could help us find some books on the history of the kingdom, as far back as you have, please.
And he kind of looks you up and down, looks at, you know, all three of you for a moment, and says, a friend of mine warned me that someone may come looking for certain books. Would you happen to know this friend?
Well, that depends. Would that friend perhaps be Harangon?
Okay, I'll say a name and you say a name. We'll both say the name on the count of 3.
This seems like a trap.
This is 100%.
Right? This feels like a trap.
How about you just tell us the name and we'll say if it's correct or not.
Z, do you have the piece of paper that our friend signed for us before we left?
I check my pockets and then I procure it and I hand it over.
I'd just like to put it down on the top of the information desk and tap the signature. Would you happen to recognize this handwriting by any chance?
And the page master, he smiles. Oops, I said too much. The guy behind the information desk smiles very widely and says, yes, we have the same friend. Oh, you can never be too careful these days. Not in Matricon.
And I will actually give the piece of paper back to Z because I know that that's very important to him.
Thank you.
Yes, the paper reminding him not to embezzle.
So you have...
and so the old sorcerer looks at you guys and he says, there are many books and scrolls here, some given to me for safekeeping by friends, some that the king may not want to know was in his library, things of that nature and sort. But I will say, well, you all look like you may know people who practice magic. Sometimes I get a little carried away and things can get a little strange here in the library. So I will say, no matter what you're looking for, proceed with caution.
Okay.
I did have a question. Is there a particular reason that such precious books and scrolls and text is out here in this dump?
Hey, we used to be a very lovely vacation village back in the days of King Nickelodeus. But, you know, his many heirs, not all of them were great. Some of them let our city fall into disrepair.
Was there were you guys hit by Mayor Dan Schneiderus?
Hey, listen, books be heavy as shit. We can't just move a whole goddamn library.
Say no more. We will ask for your help when we need it. Tally ho! And then I'm just going to stroll aimlessly into the library with no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, and you guys just follow Tyrese. You know that what you're looking for is here. You just have no clue where it is because this library is not organized for anything. And as you start walking through the library, you realize that one of the reasons that it's organized so badly is that this sorcerer, he was right when he said that he doesn't really know what he's doing and things get out of control. Some of these books you can tell are charmed, and you can see them just like jumping off of shelves and like jumping to other places. Some of them seem entirely sentient.
Books that sort themselves, how wonderful.
Oh,
Under my breath, I say nerd in Celestial.
Correct.
I don't know about you guys. I don't know if they're sorting or if they fucking. But it's
Do you think
unnatural.
they'll make more books that way?
Maybe. Can we see some books in action?
As you guys are having that conversation, you just see lots of the books moving around by themselves, and one book just like falls open, and what looks like an old war general basically just materializes out of the pages of this book, and he's like, well, some of these books do be having a good time. Some of us just be trying to get from here to there.
Well, can we help you get somewhere? Would that make things easier for you?
And this old war general looks at you and he says, oh, just take me for a nice turn about the library. It's been a while since I've been on an adventure.
Consider it done. And just to be safe, I'm going to use my mage hand to lift the book up and just have it follow after us.
Lovely. You use your mage hand to lift the book up, and you look at its spine and you see that it's called The Tombs of War. It is a history book about the different wars of Matricon.
Well, actually, General, I think it is. Could you tell us a little bit about your time in service? It seems like you've been here for quite a while.
And he says, oh, I'm delighted you asked. See, it all started in about 0-1 AD.
Let me narrow things down for you. Around the time of, let's see, it would be around the time of Mordred the Misfit.
Oh, I've got stories about that. And he starts launching into stories about that war, but doesn't get into anything about the prophecy or Mordred the Misfit's mother or any of the stuff that you're actually looking for. He's literally just telling you about different battles that occurred during that time as you walk through the library. And as you guys are walking, this happens again. Another book opens up, and Z, you are interested in this one because it is a zoology book.
Mm-hmm.
And so it opens, what looks like a honey badger comes out of the book, and I'm always backing myself in the corners with this kind of stuff. I don't know what kind of noise honey badgers make.
It's more like a
yeah, right. Like, anyway, a honey badger. The book falls open, and the honey badger is there, and it starts making noise. Do you attempt to talk to it?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Honey badger don't give a fuck. That's what.
Yeah,
that's what it says.
Cool. Neither do I. What, do you think that makes you special, being detached from emotion? Cool. Shut the fuck up.
and you try to walk away, and one of the snakes slithers down, and it picks up that book and carries it with you guys. So the honey badger is screaming. The general is talking about this war, but not necessarily giving you the information that you need. And as you're all walking around, you do get to what seems like a science and biology section. And Z, you do see what is called the Biology of Bacchanalia, and it seems like this book is trying to mount other books.
So remember when we were talking about books having sex with one another? In case this is relevant, that book over there, and then I mage hand it, and then, like, you know, anyone could do a mage hand, and then I bring it over, and, like, just in case we have one very horny book. And I just, like, slowly move it, like, closer to the general book.
And the general's like, oh, no, I don't, those days are long behind me. Please, let us not.
Yeah, I'm going to move the general book to safety.
Yeah, and then it just keeps on,
just
like,
a Jedi war
forward.
now.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, you have 3 books with you. You've got the general, who is trying to help, not being necessarily helpful. A honey badger who, you know, just screaming. not talking, just screaming, and the very horny book. And you are continuing to walk through this library looking for what you need. I got a compliment about how I never say during sessions, and now I hear myself saying it so much tonight. It's driving me insane. Belgoria, can you roll? I know you want to get information out of this general book. How do you want to do that?
I think what I want to know is I want to look through this book and see if there was any conflict after Mordred the Misfit took the throne, like if his siblings or the other heirs started like separate factions or tried to rise up against Mordred. I'd like to know if there was any opposition at all, or if everyone just accepted Shmariah's ruling and was like, yeah, that's our king now.
All right, cool. What skill? I don't think it's investigation, but it's also not insight. What do you want me to history? History, duh. Yeah, roll me a history.
Oh, D&D Beyond, don't. Yes, okay, finally, thank God, 19.
Oh, damn. Okay, so with a history, the general is able to tell you that the war with Mordred the Misfit and Shmariah Smeri was horrific. Shmariah Smeri was a wizard. She used a lot of really dark magic to aid her son in taking over the throne. The other heirs were super pissed about it. It basically, the map that we are using for Matricon that you see basically was one large kingdom. And while it still is, the different cities like Rogagard and Riverwood, and I gotta pull it up again because I didn't memorize all of them. Tagaliginin, Shidanai, all of them. I'm saying these all terribly because they're all made up. The points aren't real. Wolf Harbor, like all of these different places, basically the heirs that lived in those areas used their influence to attempt to either fight Mordred the Misfit for control or establish their own realm. However, Mordred, his army, and Shmariah were too powerful, so they all just became basically city-states within Matricon, and Mordred either made people get with his program or killed him. So it was very tumultuous. It was not an easy takeover.
Do the books say anything about like the heirs that are still in Matricon, like the ones that became rulers of city-states?
This book is literally just about the war.
War.
It doesn't give you any other information. When you ask the general for that, he says, oh, there are some scrolls here that might be able to tell you, but I'm not sure where they are. Last time I saw them, they were downstairs and to the left, but things around here are a little strange, as I think you get the picture of what's going on here.
It's downstairs? How big is this
downstairs?
library?
Yeah,
that's a big library.
Downstairs.
All right.
I mean, it is the great library.
Yeah. Everybody going downstairs?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys go downstairs and to the left as the Tombs of War has instructed you to. And when you get down there, you go past 3 or 4 rows of shelves, nothing abnormal. You get to the 5th row and you see that there are 3 open books. And they also have 3 anthropomorphized people peeking out of them. One is a pirate, one is an old king, and one looks like a mad scientist.
Dibs on the scientist.
The general looks at the old king and he says, "Oh, Jeremiah, I've bested you in battle before." And the old king says, that was a long time ago.
How long ago would you say, King Jeremiah? And Belgoria will curtsy.
Belgoria curtsies, and King Jeremiah looks at her, and says, well, it was about dickety 7, because it was after Mordred the Misfit, but before John Paul III.
And who are your friends here?
Oh, this is the old pirate Mac, and that's Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jide. And the mad scientist turned, and you can see that he's got like a two-face thing going on. Part of him looks like a fancy aristocratic guy, and then the other part of him looks like a crazy old wizard.
Digging the cut of your jib. I'm gonna put my hand up to high five Dr. Heckle.
Mr. Jide just tries to bite your hand.
That's so rude. Can you guys tell us if we're going in the right direction?
And the pirate looks at you and he says, "Yar be going down the wrong path. Anyone who stands against Mordred stands against me." And he brandishes his sword.
I'm gonna close his book.
Yeah.
You everybody roll initiative. That's what we're getting at. That's where we're going. Just fucking do it already.
15.
17.
Hang on, let me get out my scratch paper. You know, I gotta write it down or it doesn't count. Z got 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many did you get, Tyrese?
17.
Oh, damn, that's good. Belgoria?
14.
Damn. I mean, y'all are saving the good rolls for when it counts, so that's something. Sorry, technical difficulties on my end. Let's see. Dr. Heckle got a 17. This actually really works out. All right, let's see. Mac the Knife, the old pirate, got a 6. You're killing me, dude. And the old king got a 10. So this actually really works because the pirate and Tyrese tied for their rolls. So, I didn't roll for the general. The general is here for y'all this evening because y'all be trying
Here
to
comes the general.
Hey,
Here comes the general.
maybe not because he rolled a friggin' 4.
The pride of Mount Vernon, indeed.
Slows me up.
He's about to keep this streak going of my NPCs not helping. Trying to break it. All right, Tyrese. So you go to close the book. I'm going to call that an attack of opportunity, especially because you rolled first. So what do you want to try and do to close the book?
I'm gonna use my 2 big paws, and I'm gonna just get them all nice and up under the spine, and then slam it shut.
All right. Roll for the attack. Oh, his armor class is not great either.
I'm just gonna roll D20 then.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, we're being raided. Hi, raiders.
7.
Ooh, 7 does not hit. So you get your big paws under there and you try to close, and the pirate does a little shimmies out of your way, and he's like, "It's gonna take more than that, kitty."
I'm gonna try. Can I use as my bonus action like insight to see what is powering these books?
Yeah.
14.
On a 14, you realize that it is some form of magic. You're just not familiar with what kind of magic it is. You don't know that if you have a spell that would counteract this. It looks kind of like the guy at the front desk, the page master. He was just doing some shit, and he messed up all the books. And it's also possible that Mordred knows that you guys are out somewhere. It's possible that he could have a hand in trying to stop this with some of his mages and whatnot. That part you're not sure on. But you do realize that, like, this is just a weird kind of magic that you haven't encountered before. Okay, so now it is the pirate's turn. He's going to... Let's see. He's just going to try and hit you with an unarmed attack. He's not going to use his sword. He's just going to try and, like, punch you in the face.
Wow.
That's Tyrese. Does a 16 hit?
Yeah. Square in the face.
All right. I'm going to... Oh, ooh. This guy is really strong, apparently, because he hits you square in the face and does 17 damage.
What the
Jesus.
And he's not even going to take a bonus action because that's terrible.
Ow.
Z, you're up.
I still have the horny book. So I use
No.
Mage Hand to drop the horny book on the pirate book. Let's just say that pirate's not the only person out for booty. And that's a Z-bird. Doom, ticka, doom, ticka, doom, ticka, doom, 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 doom.
Roll your attack with advantage, because goddamn, a good pun gets me every time.
Let's see. So 17 was my highest one. That would be. Would I use my spell modifier for that, or do you want that unmodified?
I was just giving you, since we did with advantage, it's going to be unmodified, and a 17 definitely hits. So give me damage.
I don't know how to roll damage for fucking, because usually
No,
when I fuck,
just roll your
okay. Sorry.
roll your d20.
Oh yeah.
Are we taking it back to the conversation in the green room about top 7?
Yes, we are.
Yep.
13.
Yeah. All right, cool. 13 damage. So you drop the horny book on the pirate, and he's busy. He's just busy being assaulted and trying to figure out whether or not he wants this. And it does 13 physical damage as he's on this journey to figure out what he wants.
I probably shouldn't ask, but how is 13 physical? No, we don't need to know.
No,
chat
we don't need to
care.
know. We don't need to know. I'm not describing that. This is a PG-13 show.
Is the damage per... No, we don't need to know.
Belgoria! It's your turn, Belgoria. What would you like to do?
Well, it appears that our pirate friend is distracted and our horny friend is helping with that in some way that I don't want to be involved in at all. So I am actually going to use my action to pat Tyrese on the shoulder and say, that looked like it hurt. And I'm going to use Healing Hands and give him back 7 hit points.
Woo! That's rad. Do you want to take a bonus action?
I think the only bonus actions I have are things that involve stabbing. So, nah.
All right, cool. We're not going to stab right now. Awesome.
Yep.
That brings us to the old king. He is going to look around, and he's going to look at Z, and he's gonna say, "Good sir, in my kingdom, consent is key," and he's going to attempt to. He's a rogue, so he doesn't really have any like spells or anything like that. He's just gonna try and fight you.
Okay.
Does an 11 hit you?
It does not.
All right. Well. He's gonna try and fight you, but he's a little old, and so his aim is not great. And so he puts his dukes up, but he misses. Nothing happens. He's also not technically corporal, so that probably is not helping. It is now Dr. Heckle's turn. This old mad scientist, he's going to... What did I give him? He's going to... He's going to cast Spiritual Weapon at a second level. You create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for the duration, blah, blah, blah. And then he's going to do a melee attack on... He's going to attempt to do a melee attack on Belgoria.
Try me.
So let's just see what happens. Did it do it? D&D Beyond, you're making me mad right now. Does an 11 doesn't do anything, does it? Yeah, no.
It does not.
He tries it. He conjures a huge old flaming sword, and he's like, out of the crazy side of his face. But then the smart side has to aim, and his smart side spent too much time reading books, has no aim, doesn't do anything with the flaming sword. And that's going to bring us to Here Comes General.
Rise up.
And the general is going to invoke rage, because what the fuck? This is a nice place. Why are these books acting like this? And that gives him +3 melee damage, right? So he's just going to use that to try and beat up Dr. Heckle. And I'm actually going to say that hits. So he goes into rage. He starts wailing on Dr. Heckle. +3, he's going to do 17 damage.
How's
And
it
we
feel,
are
Doc?
I love that this group always talks trash during combat, like a bad James Bond movie. It makes my heart sick. We're going to be back up at the top of combat with Tyrese. What you got?
I'm going to turn around to Belgoria with very anime-esque eyes and sad but happy. Thank you so much. And then I'm going to turn around. Is the pirate book in the middle of duty?
Yeah, you could still attack him if you want.
I'm going to try to stomp him in the nuts.
All right, just give me your rolls. Let's see how this goes.
$10.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, cool. Because I am a cat, there's talent on my thing, so I'm gonna try to rip out pages. One.
Oof, you rip out one page, and he's just like, hey, and that's it. He's too preoccupied. There's a lot happening in his world right now. It's not great to be him. He's going to, I guess, attempt to get this horny book off of him,
or get that horny book on him. And
he rolled a 2. So I'm going to say not only does he not succeed in getting the horny book off of him, but he actually damages himself in the process because that a 2 blows as a roll. And he's going to take 13 more damage from the horny book.
Nice.
That
book has it bad.
Hell of a book.
That book is down bad. Longtime fan and friend of the show, Ash Lava says, if there was a time for somebody to burn something down, this would be it. Well, that's not exactly what she said, but I mean,
I have one thing that does fire, and I'm waiting.
Z,
Ash Lava.
It's now your turn, Z.
So I know that there is a king or something that's trying to attack me.
Yes.
But I don't acknowledge its existence, so I'm going to act like it's not there. And if it tries to attack of opportunity, then I guess I'll just deal with the consequences. But I look at Pirate Book because nobody hurts my quote-unquote friends. And I cast Sacred Flame, which it needs to make a dex save of 16. But I feel like it's hard to make a dex save if you're being fucked by a book. Am I wrong?
No, I'm gonna roll with disadvantage, and you want to know what it got on the second roll? Because I rolled with disadvantage.
Natty 2.
Natty 1 crit fail.
Uh-oh.
So it definitely fails that dex save. How much damage are we talking?
We're talking 12 damage, radiant.
Oof.
Technically not fire. So sorry, person who wanted flames.
Oof.
But it looks like fire.
The Pirate Book is not having a good time, guys. Just throwing that out there. It's nothing about this is pleasing to it.
Does the king try to attack of opportunity me? Because it's fine if it does.
Let's see. Yeah, the king's just gonna try and punch you again. He doesn't really have great, he doesn't have spells or anything. So he's gonna try and take that attack of opportunity. And a 12?
Yeah, that hits. That's my armor class. Uh-oh. I got hit by an attack. Ooh.
For 4 damage. I'm sure that's just really putting you in the hospital.
Yeah, that's tough. I cast Hellish Rebuke.
I walked right into that with my own little 2 feet. My little 2 feet did just like this. Right into it. God damn. I should have paid more attention.
Yeah, it's okay. I've been waiting for somebody to hit me for a long time.
Yeah. Tell me how bad this is.
So it has to do a dex saving throw. And it will wait. Sorry, I was casting at the wrong level. So I have to roll 5d10. So the dex saving throw, and I'll roll some more die. 16. That is.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
17.
He has a +3 to dex, so his dex save was actually 18 because he rolled a 15.
Okay, that's fine. 23.
He's still rolling dice.
23. 31. So that's 15 damage.
All right. Cool. The king is still in this though. He doesn't even have a witty comeback. He is upset. Belgoria, it is now your turn.
Is the mad scientist book still menacing Tyrese?
Yeah, still menacing, still has a flaming sword. Can't really do anything with it because he bonked his rolls, but here we are.
We'll see about that. Okay. Does a 16 hit?
Oh, fuck yeah, it does.
Witch Bolt, 2nd level. I'm tired of this book.
Please tell the audience what that does.
Witch Bolt casts a ray of lightning at an object, and for each of my turns following that, as long as I continue to use my action, I can just keep shocking the fuck out of this book, which seems fitting for a mad scientist. And it takes 18 lightning damage.
Whew. Still in the game, but not having a good time.
Doesn't lightning and paper cause fire?
We'll get there. Get there. I have a plan, trust me. All right. So King Jeremiah, it's his turn next. And he, again, I built him as a rogue, so he doesn't have anything great. He is going to attempt to headbutt one of the snakes because he's so upset. He's not even going for Z. He just wants to headbutt a snake and see if that does anything. My dude rolled a 14.
I mean, I can figure out what the armor class of my snake is, but
Your armor class
Probably-
is 12, though, right?
yeah.
All right, so we're gonna say that it hits and that the pain will go back to you, not your precious child snake. He does a grand total of 2 damage.
Great. So I guess I cast Hellish Rebuke again.
Went right into it for a second time. All right, give it to me. Let's see.
So that's 4. That's
Oh.
13. That's 24. That's 25. And that is 31. So a dex save.
7, so he didn't save shit.
Yeah, so he just takes 31 damage. Fire damage.
Not having a good time, guys. This book is down to a third of its pages, is what we're gonna say is happening.
By the way, when he headbutts me, I just like look towards him like, dude, I don't even know who you are.
I am King Jeremiah. I was after Mordred the Misfit, but before John Paul III.
Wonderful.
And then it's the pirate's turn. He again is going to take his turn at disadvantage because he's preoccupied. Let's see. Oof. And on disadvantage, it was a 5, so he doesn't hit anybody. He's too busy trying to get the horny book away from him. Here comes the general.
Rise up.
Let's see. And the general.
And his right-hand man?
Oh, he's still in a rage, so he's still getting a +3. So he's like, Jeremiah, my army whooped your ass once, we'll do it again. And so he goes to attack the king. That roll hits, +3 to the king, who's down to a third of his pages. That's a total of 9 damage. So it's not looking great, guys, just for the record. Tyrese, you're back up.
Cool. I'm still pretty mad at Pirate and just not letting me close the book, so I'm gonna attack him. With a modified 20.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Two.
You read it. You rip out 2 of his pages. You want to tell me exactly what that looks like?
Yeah, I very ferociously, but also very domestic. Like I pounce on him, and then just using one of my claws, I just kind of smack one page out, and I smack a second page, and that page gets stuck on one of my claws, and I just keep going.
I love this. Yes, I love this. All right, so now it is back up to Mad Scientist, Dr. Heckle, and Mr. Jide. Dr. Heckle is going to... Ooh, he's actually got some good spells. Let's see. He's got some good spells, but he's dumb.
Oh no!
So, yeah, right? He's dumb, so he's not going to help anybody with these things, which he could be doing. He is going to... Sorry, I'm trying to decide what dumb thing he's going to do because he's stupid. Yeah, no, he doesn't really have anything good. He's just gonna try and flail around with his spiritual weapon again and hit someone. I think he's gonna assume that Tyrese is preoccupied with the piece of paper, so he's gonna aim for Tyrese. Ooh, I think 17 does hit, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So he swings with his sword for a total of 7 damage. And that's going to be his whole turn. Z, we are back at you.
Pirate is dead.
Pirate is hanging on for dear life. Not quite dead.
I point at it and I cast Toll the Dead. So it has to do a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, of how much?
16.
19.
So I just, a bell just chimes. It's a cute little bell.
Just a little ding a ling a ling a ling a ling a ling, like in Grazing in the Grass. Like I love that song. Can you dig it, baby? I can dig it, she can dig it, we can dig it, you can dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it. Sorry.
Yeah, but not more than 5 seconds, otherwise we won't be able to,
Yeah, all right. We're grazing in the grass now. It's your turn, Belgoria.
I'm just gonna shock the hell out of that book again.
Okay, yeah. You're just gonna hit Dr. Heckle again and Mr. Jide. I work really hard on these names, guys. I work really hard on these names. I don't.
It is another 6 lightning damage.
All right. Hanging in there, but he's not having a good time. All right, so it's the king's turn, and I'm just gonna assume that he's gonna try and attack Z again, and he's gonna get hellish rebuked again, right?
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean that's what. No, we're not saying these are all books, but we're not saying any of them are smart. So, does a 19 hit? Yes, it does.
Roll damage.
18.
That's a lot of damage. Wow.
He's gonna go out on a blaze of glory.
And then I say, you son of a, and then like there's like a little fizzle, and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm out of spell slots. Uh-oh, I can't do Hellish Rebukes because it's not a cantrip. And I'm just like, cool.
And that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, cool.
I can't react.
Yeah, your spell slots. All right, Belgoria, you're up.
Am I? Oh, yeah, it is my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn again. This they're not dying, but it's going fast.
I'm gonna keep my witch bolt up because I feel like this book has to die at some point. It just has to.
All right, cool. Tell me.
Not for 5 points of lightning damage, probably, but that is how much it does.
Nope, but I mean, he's down to a third of his pages. All right, I will say that all of these books are down to a third or less of their pages. And by pages, I mean hit points. It is the king's turn, right? Is that how this works?
I think so.
Where were we? Yeah, all right.
The king or the pirate?
No, it's the pirate. It's the pirate. Let's see. And the pirate is still distracted.
Oh, did he get I don't want to say the F word again. I don't use it more than twice in a show. Copulated with by the book last turn?
The book is still very much distracting him. And so he rolled a 7. 7 does not hit anyone's armor class. So we're just keeping this ball rolling. Here comes the general.
Rise up.
The general is still in rage. All right. So he's still in rage. He is going to continue to try and wallop the king. Yep, that hits for sure. And that much damage in rage with his +3. It takes the king out. He just mollywops the shit out of the king. and is like, I beat you in battle before, I'll beat you again. The king's incorporeal form disappears, and the general slams the book shut, throws it somewhere, and now we are down to the pirate and the mad scientist, and it is Tyrese's turn.
Clearly going to finish this pirate one way or another. I'm going to. Oh wait, what was the thing that I got from Henry? What did he give us?
Let's see. Everybody got loot from Henry. I know that Rayla got the hat of vermin because she is an animal lover.
I got the coin.
You got the coin. Oh, you got the potion of bees, Tyrese.
Oh yeah. And that lasts forever?
The potion of bees, I here's the thing. I homebrewed this and I set rules for it last session, but I don't remember exactly what I said. Let me see if I can open my notes.
If not,
because it doesn't. You have multiple uses of the potion of bees, but you being full of bees does not last forever. I remember correctly, and if not, this is just what we're gonna go with. You have about 3 servings of bees in the jar that he gave you.
I'm gonna save those bees for later.
Yeah, you got 3 servings of bees.
I'm going to, in between, like I imagine the book thumping action that's happening in front of me, I'm going to attack the pirate.
You go. Sorry, chat's going off right now about the potion of bees. You want to attack the pirate?
The 14?
Yes. 14 hits.
I get the talon, my talon free from the last paper, and I go in for another attack, and I get another page stuck with a total of 1 damage. On my thing.
All right. It is now the mad scientist's turn. Hang on. All right. It is now the mad scientist's turn. He is powerful but stupid. So he again is going to attempt to attack with his spiritual weapon. He's going to swing his sword for a 4, so it doesn't hit anybody. It just doesn't hit anybody. He's just the dumb side of him, the messed up, the Mr. Jide side is just like and like nothing happens. Z, it's your turn.
So I have been hit hard, and I'm not used to getting hit. So I mage hand the sex book into the face of the king, and then
He's dead.
Oh, the king's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys for killing the king. Oh my god. So never mind. I'm not stressed at all anymore. I will just cast Toll the Dead on the Heckle and Mr. Jai.
All right. Oh god, this is gonna hurt him real bad.
Probably. If he can succeed on that wisdom save.
Does a 10 do it?
It doesn't. 16 damage.
Oh man, he is
Doink.
just about dead, you guys. Not quite, but getting there. It's getting there. Wow. All right. So you cast Hold of Dead, and he like grabs both sides of his head and is just freaking out and screaming because his head hurts so bad.
I laugh. That's like my favorite part about
bad.
it. I like look at everybody. I'm like, isn't this fun?
Belgoria, it's your turn.
All right. I've had enough of this book. I've had enough of all of these books trying to fight me. I just came here to learn things. So I am going to drop Witch Bolt, and because I have War Magic, I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade on one of my hand axes. And me and this book are going to have a different kind of conversation. Ideally.
Yeah.
Does a 22 hit?
Which book? I mean, yes, but like, which one are you going after?
100% the mad scientist. I just
All right,
have the
cool,
bone
cool,
to
cool.
pick with this guy now.
So just roll for damage.
So hold on. Bear with me, y'all. This is a new thing that I got wrong the last time I tried to use it on something. Yeah, so I can also make the fire from my hand axe jump to the pirate book. And it takes fire damage equal to my spellcasting ability modifier, which is what? So one of the homies takes 5? Is that what I said? Did I say 5?
Yeah.
5, and then the pirate book takes 1 fire damage.
All right, so you swing your green magical flaming hand axe at the mad scientist book, and you go right through his incorporeal form, right into the book, cut the book in half. It hurts your heart a little bit because that is literature and knowledge, but fuck that guy. He's dead now. The pirate, not quite dead, but also he is being humped and is on fire, which now leads us to he's too distracted to even take his turn. It's the general, and the general is still in a rage, so he is going to punch the pirate right in the breadbasket. It hits. It does not quite enough damage. Oh no, he's in a rage, so it's +3. In rage, +3. He punches him right in the breadbasket, and it's just like like Street Fighter, and the pirate crumples, and the book shuts on itself, and the horny book goes to town. And the general looks at you guys, and my sincerest apologies that my brothers in arms could not be behaved on your visit to our lovely establishment.
Yeah, what gives?
Thank you for your help.
Much obliged. I do believe that they would not been guarding this row if what you were looking for was not here.
Sorry, hold that thought real quick. I look at the book that had the king in it, and I just cast Infestation, and I let like a whole bunch of like bookworms come and devour the book, and I just stare at it. Okay, I'm ready. What were you saying?
The general leads you down that row. Can everyone roll investigation just really quick? Just fuck it. Do it. Why not? We're here.
8.
12.
13.
Cool. So you walk down the shelf, and very quickly you're all looking very deeply. You see a lot of different handwritten scrolls, and one set of them catches your eye because they all have a note from Henry on it, and it says, you recognize his handwriting, right? Because he wrote you all letters, blah, blah, blah. So you pick up this set of scrolls that basically have what the equivalent of like a Post-it note on it from Henry that says, "My translation is no good." And so you open all the scrolls, and you realize that they are written in a language that none of you quite understand. So you can't necessarily pick out the information that you need.
Do we understand?
I cast Decipher Language. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we understand like the type of language it is?
You understand what type of language it is, and actually, Belgoria, you know that while you don't read what it is, the kingdom of Smallworth is not quite far from where you are, and you have a friend there who may be able to help.
After examining the book, I'm going to look at the other 2 folks that are with me and say, unless any of you can read this, I certainly can't. I think we're going to have to take it somewhere else. I think I may know somebody who can help.
Pray tell who that might be.
It's an old friend of mine who had a particular affinity for languages. If anyone will be able to pick this apart, I think it'd be them.
Well,
Jordan, how far is the journey?
Small Wharf is like another day and a half. So Small Wharf is about another day and a half. You realize that, Belgoria. And so as a group, I would like to say that you all head back to the Bacchanalian revelry to spend the night before you take off again. Yeah. All right. And so you guys head back to the Bacchanalian revelry, and you give the lady at the innkeeper a silver and another crowbone that you've picked up along the way. And the guy who you fold like a table comes up to you, Belgoria, and is like, rematch! And that's where we will fade to black this evening.
Yay!
Great time. Great session pretending to be wizards. I love this cast so much. Who wants to say goodnight first? Go for it, my friend.
Good night. Farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now. Until next Tuesday. I said so long. Farewell. There we go. I'm Moses. I play.
It's been great to play and sing together.
But now it's time to say
goodbye.
I do need to interrupt Moses very quickly. This show is not going to a bi-weekly schedule. I will say that right now. That being said, we do have to be off next week because I am traveling. My brother is getting married, so I will be attending to wedding duties, and I shall not be available. My apologies to everyone, but that's kind of important.
It is important.
Hopefully, how many times is he going to do this? Hopefully only once. So that's where we are. DK, do you want to say goodnight?
Sure. I'm DK. I'm at Abadarlings on Twitter, and it's literally just me saying every stupid thought that comes into my head until I fall asleep. So feel free to follow me for that action. I love being a formidable angel woman who can set stuff on fire with her mind. I think that's pretty great. You know who else is pretty great? Jeff.
Oh, yeah, man. I love playing somebody who's evil because in my day-to-day, I'm just a nice guy, following the laws, filing taxes. If you haven't filed, make sure to file that extension. Don't need to stress about getting it done by the deadline. Just file that extension. If you think you might owe a little bit, pay that down just so you don't have to pay penalties and interest. But you know who doesn't pay penalties and interest? Jordan.
I don't, because I file my taxes early every year because I want what they owe me. Give me back my money. I'm Jordan. You can find me on the internet at Lambertra. I play games here. I play games at Exquisite Corpse. I play games at Fresh Out the podcast. I host stuff on Smells Like Teen Angst with our sister and castmate Kiki, who we missed this evening, and hope to see you at the table again soon. But totally understand. Full love and support to her and the family. And yeah, that's about it. We will see y'all in 2 weeks. And I'll tell y'all all about the wedding when I come back. Good night.